Namaste. Welcome back, stellar stargazers, and a warm cosmic hello to our new listeners. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Heather, and you're tuning into the Stellar Soulcast,
where we decode the cosmos one episode at a time.
And in our last episode, we took a shadowy dive into Chiron, exploring its mythological roots, symbolism as the wounded healer, his core themes of healing, transformation, shadow work, and empathy. And we also explored Chiron through the stars and how he shows up in your chart and personal reflections.
But today we're focusing on the zodiac sign Virgo. Virgo season has begun, and with that, we want to shine the spotlight on this earthly legend.
And before we set off to the cosmos and all things Virgo, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode, and follow us at the Stellar Soulcast on all our socials.
As we mentioned in episode 2, Virgo season runs from August 23rd through September 22nd. Virgo is the 6th sign of the zodiac, tied to the 6th house, and contains one of the brightest stars, Spica, in the sky. Virgo is co-ruled by Mercury with the keywords I analyze. If you're a regular listener, you know Virgo is a mutable sign. Earth in element and feminine in duality, just like the other earth signs. Now that we've brushed up on the basics, let's give Virgo the spotlight that it truly deserves. Time to rewind and see how this analytical, loyal, and hardworking sign earned its legendary status. Heather, want to kick us off with some history?
Yeah, let's do it. So, in ancient Greek mythology, Virgo is often linked to Theka, the Greek goddess of justice. She was the daughter of Zeus, king of the gods, and Themis, a titaness known for her wisdom. Theka is usually shown with angel-like wings, holding a bundle of wheat in her left hand, marked by the bright star Spica, one of the brightest stars in the night sky. You'll find Virgo right next to Libra, the constellation that looks like a pair of scales, another nod to justice. In Greek mythology, Theka lived during the Golden Age, a peaceful time when humans lived in harmony, crops were always plentiful, and no one grew old. Things changed when Zeus took over from his father, Cronus. This kicked off the Silver Age, which brought the seasons. Yep, thanks a lot, Zeus. And people stopped honoring the gods like they used to. Theka wasn't thrilled. She gave a powerful speech warning humanity that things were going downhill fast. Then she flew up to the mountains to distance herself. As time went on and people became more violent, entering the Bronze and Iron Ages, Theka had had enough. She left Earth completely and rose up to the heavens, becoming the constellation we know it today as Virgo. Sometimes Theka is also called Astraea, daughter of Atreus, aka the father of the stars, and Eos, the goddess of the dawn. Talk about a family full of sky energy. Some myths connect her to Demeter, the goddess of grain and harvest, and Atargatis, a Syrian goddess of fertility, or even Aragon, a girl who took over her own life after the tragic death of her father, Icarus. In that tale, her father is linked to the constellation Boreas and their loyal dog that became the star Procyon in Canis Minor. Even ancient historians had their own take. Erytradius and Hyginus thought Virgo might represent Tisha, the goddess of fortune, or Thish. Tish, right, Sophie?
Yep.
Yeah. And Tish usually carries a cornucopia, not wheat, but hey, that's close enough, right? After all, the star Spica, which marks the wheat in Virgo's hands, literally means ear of grain in Latin. So whether you see Virgo as a goddess of justice, a symbol of the harvest, or a celestial messenger of better times, one thing's for sure, her story is written in the stars. But Sophie, would you like to share some other ancient myths with ties to Virgo?
Yes. Virgo has an interesting tie to the Greek illustration and depiction of creation. As mentioned earlier, pops up in another Greek myth, which begins far earlier in the ancient Greek timeline. It is said that before animals, humans, etc., there were just titans. The myth of Prometheus details the tale of two brothers, Prometheus and Epithemus, who were in charge of creating earthbound creatures. Prometheus, known for his wisdom and foresight, molded mankind from clay, while Epithemus created animals from mud. Prometheus, seeing humanity's vulnerability, sought fire from Zeus to empower them, but Zeus refused, defying the gods. Prometheus stole fire and gifted it to mankind. Prometheus's gift of fire to the world symbolized the quest for knowledge and enlightenment. This act of rebellion against divine authority not only raised profound questions about sacrifice, the nature of knowledge, and the consequences of defiance, but it also pissed Zeus all the way off. The myth of Prometheus leads into another myth that many of you probably have heard of, the myth of Pandora, Pandora's box. Enraged, Zeus punished Prometheus by chaining him to Mount Caucasus. It sounds so funny. I'm so sorry. I should not laugh. Where a giant eagle would feast on his liver daily, a liver that would regenerate each night, prolonging his suffering.
A liver?
Yeah.
Is this why? Never mind.
Oh, boy. Well.
I was going to make a joke. It might not have been appropriate.
We'll revisit. But that liver of Prometheus would regenerate each night, prolonging his suffering. Zeus's wrath extended to humanity as well. He ordered Hephaestus, the god of blacksmith, to create Pandora, a woman of stunning beauty, and sent her to Earth with a sealed jar. Despite warnings, Pandora's curiosity led her to open the jar, releasing all the world's evil, sorrow, disease, and despair. And this is where Virgo comes into the picture. See, at the bottom of the box, or the jar, I should say, was hope. And that hope is depicted by the goddess Astera. For our listeners who have their wheels turning in their mind as we speak, you probably are connecting the dots right now. Virgo is co-ruled by Mercury, the planet associated with the mind, knowledge, and enlightenment. So how ironic is it that an ancient myth detailing a gift symbolized by fire that was given to the world would lead to consequences from that gift, and the only way out of that despair is hope that is located at the bottom of the jar. Whether figuratively, at the end of the road, whatever you see, you can think about Virgo in its mutable sense, marking the end of the season. Wink, wink. Hopefully you see the patterns.
So it's safe to say the next time you gaze up at the stars, remember, Virgo is not just a zodiac sign. It's a piece of ancient storytelling, a reminder to stay true to your values, challenge what needs to be changed, and sacrifice when necessary. But now let's jump back to the present and talk about some fun facts about Virgo that you all may or possibly may not know. First up is compatibility. Virgo is generally considered most compatible with earth signs, and that is our Capricorns, Virgo, and Taurus, and the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Virgos are known for their perfectionism and attention to detail, which can lead to a strong bond with those who share very similar values. And stargazers, I'm sure you may have heard, Yodu has come and joined our table, so you're going to hear his little bells. Or maybe you won't, but he's saying hello. Okay, Yodu. Oh, all right, good boy.
Oh my God.
Yodu. All right, everyone, let's go dance party because Yodu's up here. All right, baby. All right, for our fellow cat and animal lovers out there, give a great shout out to Yodu. All right, so now let's backtrack a little bit here. Virgos are known for their perfectionism and attention to detail, which can lead to a strong bond with those who share similar values. Their compatibility with earth signs is particularly due to their strong and commitment to stability. And Virgo's compatibility with water signs could be found in the emotional support that water signs bring. Water signs also offer nurturing and empathetic qualities, which Virgo appreciates. And their greatest compatibility is with Pisces and Cancer. Let's move along to Virgo's glyph. The symbol represents a virgin. It is a picture of the human reproductive organs closed and untouched. In symbolic terms, the glyph is a straight line connected to two curved lines, one of which is crossed. This represents wisdom tied to feeling and emotion crossed by practicality. So let's move along to some of your luck, Virgos. Your lucky colors are navy blue, beige, pale yellow, and gray. Your lucky day is Wednesday. And lucky numbers for our Virgos out there are 5 and 3. And let's move along to some of the best places to live. Number 1. And I've been to one of them, and it is beautiful and such Virgo vibes. In Switzerland, we have Zurich or Lucerne. I have been to Zurich. And why Virgos love it. Virgos appreciate precision, cleanliness, and efficiency, and Switzerland is renowned for its high standards in all of these areas. With its well-organized cities, stunning landscapes, and a strong emotional consciousness, Switzerland offers a perfect balance of practicality and beauty. That it does. The vibe is quiet, orderly, peaceful, with a mix of urban sophistication and natural beauty. Moving along, we have Japan, Kyoto or Tokyo. Why Virgos love it, you ask? Well, Kyoto is a city steeped in tradition, peace, and nature, offering the calm Virgos' love for temples and gardens and serene landscapes. Sorry. It's okay. On the other hand, Tokyo caters to Virgos' love for efficiency and constant improvement, whether it's through advanced technology, clean streets, or highly organized public transportation. The vibe, it brings a mix of peaceful spirituality and cutting-edge progress. Moving along, we have Germany, Munich, or Heidelberg. I've been to Heidelberg. Woo! Not Munich one day. Heidelberg, what up? But why do Virgos love these two places? Germany offers both a structured, hardworking culture and a deep appreciation for nature. Cities like Munich are known for their precision, while Heidelberg offers a quieter, intellectual vibe with its famous university and scenic riverside. The vibe is a blend of intellect, nature, order, and a touch of whimsy. Think Biergartens? Hey. Prost. But let's move along and talk about some body associations. In astrology, Virgo is associated with the nervous system and intestines. Virgos are prone to illness caused by stress and nervous tension. They are particularly prone to ulcers.
Whoa. That's some good information, Heather. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sophie.
Yeah, so now we are going to move on to the next segment, which is decoding the decans and exploring the layers of Virgo. So each sign, as we mentioned in our last Zodiac sign episode, has decans to them. And each of these decans, which there's 3 of them, are spanning from about 10 degrees within each of the signs. So let's break down what makes each one special for Virgos. So the first decan of Virgo goes from August 23rd to September 1st. Some of the themes related to this decan is self-mastery and quiet power. If your birthday falls in the first slice of Virgo season, you're ruled by the sun, but in a softer, more internal way than the bold Leo energy before you. Okay, so think of it like this. After the hot, showy Leo days, Virgo season arrives like a breath of fresh air. The days start to cool, and now it's time to turn inward. This decan is all about developing your personal power quietly and patiently, like nurturing seeds that were planted under the summer sun and are now ripening into a harvest. Some fun facts in the tarot: this decan aligns with the 8 of Pentacles, also called the Lord of Prudence. It shows a person working steadily at a bench, mastering their craft away from the crowd, and that's Virgo energy in a nutshell. Humble, hardworking, and focused on the details that build real success. The lesson for those within this decan is mastery doesn't come overnight. It comes from showing up, doing the work, and trusting the process. Fun fact, some famous Virgos in this first decan, Blake Lively and Ava DuVernay. So the second decan of Virgo from September 2nd until the 11th. Some of the key traits for these Virgos is beauty in the details. This decan is influenced by Venus, the planet of beauty, harmony, and pleasure. That might surprise some people because Virgo isn't usually seen as flashy or romantic, but this is where Virgo's quiet dedication starts to bloom into something truly elegant. With Venus guiding the decan, you bring an artistic touch to your work, a love of refinement and natural for making things not just useful but beautiful. The tarot card for this decan is the Nine of Pentacles, also known as the Lord of Material Gain. Picture a confident woman standing in a lush garden, a falcon on her arm. She's elegant, self-sufficient, and enjoying the rewards of her hard work. This is Virgo stepping into their power with grace. For those born within this decan, dedication creates beauty. This is your lesson. You don't just build things, you elevate them. Some famous Virgos born within this decan is Keanu Reeves, Beyonce, and Idris Elba. Now, the third decan of Virgo goes from September 12th to the 22nd. The true Virgos. So if your birthday falls towards the end of Virgo season, your decan is ruled by Mercury, Virgo's home planet. And this is Mercury at its absolute best. Absolute best. Clear thinking, sharp, organized, and full of insight. By now, Virgo's journey has come from learning from the first decan to refining in the second decan to building something lasting in the third decan. This phase of Virgo is about wisdom, legacy, and thinking long term. You're not just working for yourself, you're building something that benefits others too. In the tarot, this decan connects with the Ten of Pentacles, or the Lord of Wealth. This card shows multiple generations together, surrounded by symbols of prosperity and legacy. It's a reminder that true abundance goes beyond money. It's about what we pass down, the values we live by, and the connections that we build. So if you're born within this decan, the lesson that you're here to learn is what you build can outlive you. Create with purpose and think about the impact that you want to leave behind. Some famous Virgos born within this decan is Prince Harry, Nick Jonas, and Jimmy Fallon. So Virgo friends, whether you're a hands-on learner, a graceful creator, or a wise planner, your season is all about turning effort into excellence. The stars are cheering you on every step of the way.
Yes, they are. Ooh, I thought that was the cheering ones.
Oh, it's okay. But Yodu's cheering y'all on.
Oh, yes, he is.
Little applause. Clap, clap.
Oh, I think we might have discovered maybe Yodu's a Virgo.
Yes.
We've been trying to figure that out, and he came right in when we started talking about Virgo.
Yes, and he's a cutie pie baby.
All right, though, Astro Besties. Whether you have Virgo energy in your chart, listen up. Shit. Mm-hmm. But, all right, Astro Besties, we're about to move on, because wherever you have Virgo energy in your chart, you have to listen up, because this part is for you. Whether you're a Virgo sun, moon, rising, or just vibing with the season, here's your go-to guide for getting the most out of the sharp mind, big heart, and earthy wisdom. We have, first, embrace your inner. So, we want you to embrace your inner analyst, but don't overthink everything. You have a gift for details, patterns, and problem solving, but sometimes your brain won't stop buzzing. So, what to do during this time is use your journaling for So what to do is use journaling, planning apps, or brain dumps to organize your thoughts. And do not let perfectionism paralyze you. Not everything needs to be flawless to be valuable. And remember, your Virgo mantra is, done is better than perfect. Also, use your words with care and kindness. Virgos, you are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So you're sharp, articulate, and observant. But sometimes your truth bombs come off a little spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Spice.
yes. What we want you to do is use your insights to help and support and not just critique. And do not be too hard on others or yourself. Not everyone moves at your pace. So a little pro tip here is you catch more bees with honey, Virgos. Speak your truth, but wrap it in love. And moving along, your environment affects your energy. So you thrive in clean, calm spaces where everything has a place. And what to do here is keep your space tidy. It soothes your soul. So maybe light a candle, declutter your desk, and tend to your plants. And do not obsess over controlling every detail. Some chaos is part of your life. The Virgo ritual here is a weekly reset day. Clean your space, prep meals, and set goals for the week. Total Virgo bliss. Yeah. And let your... Sophie's resonating.
Yeah, I resonated with
resonating
that.
Your Virgo energy.
Yeah.
But what we also want you to do is let yourself receive help too. Because you're the helper, the fixer, that we want some people to... Sorry.
It doesn't sound good.
No, I fucked it up.
Oh.
That's my fault. So, also, moving along, let yourself receive help too. You're the helper, the fixer, and the one people often rely on. But you don't always let others do the same for you. So, what we would like you to do here is ask for support when you need it. You don't have to carry the world alone. And do not burn yourself out trying to be strong. And remember, being vulnerable is also a strength. Now, we also want to say that getting grounded in nature is important. As an earth sign, Virgo recharges in quiet, natural settings. As an earth sign, you recharge in quiet, natural settings. When life gets overwhelming, unplug and get outside. We would like you to go for some walks, garden, sit under a tree, or simply breathe in the fresh air. And do not stay glued to screens or stuck in your head 24/7. We'd like you to try this. For 5 minutes, go outside and do a grounding barefoot in the morning. And remember to say and be calm. Sorry. And we would like you to try this. In the morning, go outside and for 5 minutes do a barefoot grounding. Remember to just embrace and say hello to the calmness and remember that clarity of the feeling of the grounding. Now, lastly, we would like you to celebrate your wins. You can be so focused on what's next that you often forget to appreciate what you've already done. So during this time, we would like you to track your progress and celebrate every little win. Hold on. Remember to track your progress and celebrate every little win. Do not dismiss your achievements as not good enough. And a little pep talk for you here, Virgo. You're doing amazing. Pause and give yourself some credit. So whether you're deep into your to-do list, helping a friend through a crisis, or creating something beautiful from scratch, just remember Your Virgo energy is powerful. Use it with love, balance, and a little bit of grace, because your Virgo magic is what brings service and wisdom and attention to the world.
Yes.
Well, Sophie, before we go on, would you like to talk about, I can start, but you would like to talk about our Virgo placements?
Yes, totally.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I have Virgo, or I should say I have Mercury, Venus in Virgo, as well as my North Node.
Ooh, okay.
Right? So I think it resonates a lot when it comes, at least with me, with everything that we've talked about with Virgo, when it comes to, especially like my Mercury, because I'm very like, when it comes to communication, I analyze everything that's being said to me, and like, I'm very particular about how I communicate with others. Like, I'm very like thoughtful, and I try to be like practical with it, and not too like all over the place, despite being a Leo. Not like, woo, you know, dramatic, not too dramatic.
Yeah.
And then, I have to say, like, with Venus and Virgo, I also feel a lot of that, like, when it comes to relationships and romance and, like, sharing love, I feel that I can be a little particular and very, like, I can pick apart, like, my relationships in my life.
Ooh, I like that.
How about you, Heather? I'm sorry.
Okay. So, sorry for what?
No, I don't know. I said
Well, for me, I have I have a lot of placements in Virgo, but if we're sticking to like the personal stuff, my Jupiter is in Virgo, which I know we've spoken about a little bit before, and I also have my obviously, but I also have my rising in Virgo.
Yeah.
So in our episode for Jupiter, I had mentioned that it was always an interesting placement for me, but I had since reflected on that, and I do see that in the way that I expand going forward, because having it in my rising sign, I do identify a lot with Virgo placements.
Yeah,
because as rising, that's how the world first sees me, right? And I have expressed with people in my professional setting where they were surprised that I was a Sagittarius, because I was very well organized, detail-oriented, and again, that's how they first perceive me.
Yes.
And I do see that with that Jupiter expansion, which is pretty cool. I would say Virgo is probably my second sign, or my placement, I guess you can say, that I identify a lot with.
Yeah.
I think my Sagittarius and my Virgo are very important to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, like, just from, like, seeing you from, like, an outside perspective, that, like, you come off very hardworking, and you have a lot of attention to detail. Like, flexible.
Yes, I agree with that, especially since I have a lot of placements, both personal and a node, and as well as something I'm not going to reveal here, because when we talk about a fun episode later, but I do believe that my Virgo kind of tames that ambitiousness of my Capricorn.
Right.
And my Capricorn energy is something I'm only really starting to own.
Right.
Which, when we talk about the nodes, because since I mentioned one of my nodes is in Capricorn, people that are more intermediate, our stargazers more intermediate, will already know that one of my other nodes is in Cancer.
Exactly.
So,
and what's cool, I know we talked about the decans and everything, so technically your ascendant is in, like, the second decan.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like in the degree range, it's kind of like has some influence of Venus, which is like really cool.
Exactly. And, you know, I'm starting to really deep dive into my own astrological chart. It's bringing so much light to the way I have maneuvered through life. And as long as the projections of life move in a beautiful longevity, I'm still on that younger spectrum to go on this soul search in this cosmic journey. So it's really interesting to see all of these correlations and reflect on it from where I was in the past and how I'm growing as a person. Yeah. And that's why I think my Virgo holds me down with that.
100%.
For sure. But, it's all really fun when you think about it. But what I really think is really cool is your Mercury and being in Virgo, that communication style, that structure.
Yeah.
For you, Sophie.
Listen, I think that's now I don't want to say that's the only thing because that would be like a lie, but it's one of the things that helps keep me grounded with having so much fire and air in my chart.
Yeah.
Like I have very little to literally no water in my chart. So having like that groundedness, that earth energy is like, it has helped me greatly. And to understand like that's one of the things that has helped me evolve as a Leo.
I think that's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I always love the structure of Virgo.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
And also, just getting to know you too, the way that you deliver your information is very deliberate.
Yes.
So it's kind of that Virgo structure.
Like, talk about deliberate. Because I'm big on rhetoric. So that was a really interesting word to use. So how would you say, like, deliberate? Like, in what sense?
Deliberate? Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I guess that is my my Mercury.
So I love your Mercury and also you have your Venus.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your Venus and your Mercury. Is that you think before you speak?
Yeah,
that's what I mean by it. So you're very structured with it. So you are able to see the projection, even though in the moment sometimes. When you really believe strongly, something, I don't know what that was, or something, you'll be, no, and you will fight it to the end, right? But when you sit back and reflect on it, you have that structure being, this is that. But even sometimes in I don't want to say I guess I can use the word emotionally charged, but not in a negative way. But if there's a discussion that's going and you feel strongly or you have reflected on all the different, or a lot of the different, not all, a lot of the different aspects of said topic, you will be like, boom. Yeah. And I think that's where that Mercury, especially that Mercury in Virgo.
Definitely.
Yeah. But the Venusian energy, too, because you're passionate about it, too, right? Yeah. That love of structure. Yes. And making sure that it's being voiced to who you're delivering that energy to.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. And it's funny because I actually was having a conversation with my fiance about literally my communication style yesterday, and we're recording this today, which is kind of funny. But, like, you're hitting it on the nail with that,
Ooh.
Like, I really do try to be mindful and see different perspectives when talking, because I know what it's like to fly off the handle and be driven by that emotion, like having my moon in Leo. So, like, over time, and that's that evolution I'm talking about, and, our listeners are going to understand this as they move along with us through their own journey, that you'll start to realize different things about your personality, about yourself, that when you do understand that you have these things that you can work on, and then you understand like the different aspects in your own chart and how to work with the energies and that fertile soil, as Heather mentioned in previous episode, you definitely can grow and I do try to be mindful. But I also, and why I love the myth that we talked about earlier, is that, you do also have to be mindful when you're sacrificing. And when to kind of be mindful of what you're sacrificing. Mm-hmm. And that's where it comes in, where it's like, okay, there's stuff I need to say, but like, how can I say it in, the most effective and efficient way possible?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the way that you had put that, because for me, I have a lot of Virgos too in my family, a lot. Mm-hmm. My sister's a Virgo. I have 2 cousins that are Virgos. Lots of friends that are Virgos.
Yes.
A lot, I shouldn't say seeing, reading, I should say. Reading and seeing. So observation of their actions and the way they would go about life. and also just reading up on it and learning about myself, because that's my outward appearance, right? That people see me. I am very fortunate to have been able to deep dive into the study for it, because it helps me understand that Virgo energy, especially with my ascendant as Virgo. And seeing this, there's a lot about my sister I've got to learn, that fiery nature of of Virgos. I'm going to use the word fiery because even though Virgo, you have earth energy, you can be fiery in the way that you deliver your emotions if it's outside of your expectation.
Right. And not to say birthdays, but she's definitely in the first decan.
She is in the first decan. That sun energy.
Influence. Yeah. So
of
gives
Leo.
that little...
So, yes, she is in the first decan because she is an August Virgo. Yeah. So... It's really, I always told Mel, Melly, I shouted you out, love you. As I said in the last episode, I was trying not to name names, but as it goes on, we'll learn a little bit more about ourselves and the people in our lives. Yeah. But I always told her that I believe she had a lot of influence of Leo, and even learning about the decans too, which is something that's, for me personally, relatively newer in studying astrology that you have taught me. It just sheds so much light.
Isn't it?
It really does, because I always said that about her. And for our stargazers that's been with us since episode 1, I expressed how I'm very good with being able to identify someone's signs upon their sun sign upon meeting them. And, Sophie had expressed that as well. Mm-hmm. But I had always said that, you feel more like this, or maybe you had this influence, not knowing about the different decans. So it's actually really fun. Yeah. Because I'm learning more about myself, of my intuitive nature.
And it adds to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It adds to the knowing.
Exactly. I think that's awesome. Virgos, you all rock.
Seriously.
Yes. And shout out to... not just all the Virgos that we know personally, but to our stargazers that we're getting to know. And Virgo season, this is your time to shine. We love you.
Right.
And
it feels so productive.
Exactly. It really does.
It feels productive. It feels like we're actually honing in on what we want and things that we need. Not just the frills or, etc. Exactly. And also shout out to some of the most iconic celebrities that are Virgos, right? Or even celebrities that have passed on, because we have Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury. Yeah. Beyonce's still here, so we have Beyonce. All of them that embody that Virgo essence of being so, honing in on their talents and perfecting their craft.
I was just about to say that, perfection.
Oh, yeah.
Because all of them are amazing. And honestly, they were pioneers in a way. Yeah. Right? They really shined into that role of advancing all of the aspects of what they do and what they did. In some way, it's what they do, right? Because they live on in their craft. So I think that's really cool. That's really awesome. But shout out to all of y'all out there. And maybe if we have a special celebrity out there listening, why don't you DM us? Shout us out. What's up? We respect all of you and your craft, especially in your season. So, and thank you for bringing us entertainment.
Seriously.
Exactly, right?
Queen, we love Bohemian Rhapsody. But we love Virgos. So
we definitely do. I'm sad to wrap this up to go forward with soul homework.
But you guys got this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Make sure, with everything. Oh my God. Sorry.
Sophie's very, very, very passionate right now. Just boom, right into her mic.
I just feel so inspired by Virgos. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And that's my North Node.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because you're learning. For next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about our North and South nodes and Sophie's North node in Virgo and her life lesson.
I revealed too early.
No.
I'm just happy.
Yeah. Right. Don't worry. I reveal. Okay, we have a few months until Capricorn, but I revealed my North node in Capricorn. So, and we have almost a whole year for Cancer because we started with Leo. So.
Oh yeah. We're young.
Yeah, we're young. We got this, and you guys are all gonna be with us along the journeys.
All right, stargazers, it's time for some soul homework. In addition to those helpful tips, we have some soul homework for you guys for this week. We're giving you a chance to connect with Virgo's practical energy on a personal level, and here's what we would hope that you do. Participate in this Virgo season journal prompt. Ask yourself, where in your life am I striving for perfection, and how can I replace that with progress and self-compassion? Continue to journal by writing freely, even just for 5 to 10 minutes. No editing, no pressure, just honest reflection, keeping in mind these 3 questions. What am I currently working on that feels heavy or overwhelming? Am I being too hard on myself or maybe hard on others? And what small, meaningful steps can I take this week to move forward without needing everything to be perfect? Once you're done, share your expressions with us in a comment section below, either if you're watching on YouTube or maybe you want to reach out to us on TikTok. You can even email us at info.stellarsoulcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yes, absolutely. And before we go, stargazers, do not forget to hit subscribe on your podcast app so you never miss a drop. Follow us on all our socials at the Stellar Soulcast, or email us like Sophie just said, and DM us on insightful takeaways you got from this episode. We love hearing how our stargazers grow. And also, share your Virgo placement.
Yeah.
Because Virgos, you hold a very special place for me personally as a Virgo rising. Let us know, where's your Virgo placement, okay? Yeah. It could be anywhere in your beautiful birth chart.
Right.
We'd love to know. But on that note, stargazers, we want to remind you all to keep reaching for the stars and trusting the vibes. Until next time, stargazers.